In a landmark step, the Nagaland government is coming up with a vision document to eradicate unemployment in the state. In an exclusive interview with APN, Chief Minister of Nagaland, T.R.Zeliang, stressed the need for reservation for women in urban local bodies. We bring to you excerpts of the interview. We are honoured to have with us today the Honourable Chief Minister of Nagaland, Shri T.R.Zeliang. To say the least, he is the only Chief Minister from Nagaland with a Lifetime Achievements Award in transformation. To his credit, his cabinet's most recent decision to grant 33% reservation to women is perhaps a very befitting example of the many transformations he's been bringing about. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for agreeing to speak to us. First of all, sir, I, on behalf of all the Naga women, would like to thank and applaud you for the 33% reservation that you've given to women, sir. And now, sir, there's despite a lot of controversies and mixed, decisions, you have stood your ground and you say that the reservation remains. And sir, the Naga Hoho recently came out asking the cabinet to reconsider the decision, saying it's a little premature. So, do you see any basis or truth to this claim?
You see here, Naga people by and large, men or women, we have to understand the present situation and the past. It is pre-independence or pre-statehood. Naga people used to decide important things in the Morong house. Where any important decision taken place, women and children are not allowed to stay. Only the men folk used to discuss and decide something. So those days, women contribution were not there in any kind of decision. But today's context, as the fast changing world, I think Naga people should realize that with the change of time, we need to take a stand. And today, the women contribution are somewhere. They can contribute much better than men.
It's tremendous, actually.
Yeah, and they are doing better than men in many areas. That is why, with the change of time, the government of Nagaland, we have decided that we need women participation, particularly in the municipal council, where the decision of this municipal council will cover all the citizens of the township. Of course, in the village council, we still have the customary system only. We don't allow this Parliament Act or Constitution to infringe in this our customary system. But in the town, when we have accepted the concept of township in our land, and now the government of Nagaland, we have decided that any piece of land for development purpose, we will not accept on this free of cost or compensation. But we have decided to acquire the land outright purchase. That means sale deed will be there. So that the right of the landowner will not interfere in the developmental activity.
So 33 is, I'm sorry to interject, but 33% means 3 women, right?
Yeah, out of 10, 3 women.
3 women. And it will be based on nominations or direct elections now?
No, direct election. The Act clearly says that direct election. Nomination will be different. Nomination, this nominated member will not have the voting right. They can only participate in the development process, and voting, they cannot have the voting right unless we amend the Act. Of course, we have offered that women will be given 25% or 30% with voting right.
Which comes up to the same.
Yes, which needs to be amended. But they refuse to accept that. So the matter is pending in the court, in the Supreme Court. And we do not know how long it will take.
All right.
So in the meantime, the people are losing this fund and functioning of the municipal council for the last almost 10 years now.
If I'm not mistaken, sir, it's about 20 to 40 crores, right? The
Yes.
funding,
Yes.
that's given by the
Yearly
center.
30-40 crore we are losing because we don't have the municipal council. We need to develop our township and you need to move forward.
So now that you have brought up funds, my next question is allocation of funds. Nagaland for the past few years has now been getting its fair share of funds from the centers, but even now we are called underdeveloped or less developed as compared to our contemporaries. So why do you think there is a bridge of gap?
No, here you see we have to know the background why we are still lacking behind and why we are still called underdeveloped state, because you see way back in 1962 the amendment of the constitution, through this amendment of the constitution, Nagaland state was created, and there was a provision given in that article 371A that for development of Nagaland, the government of India will provide fund with the consolidated fund of India, not according to the revenue generated by the state. So we have continued, but in 1989 this has been done away, and we have been considered at par with other states in the country. So there is one region where we have a setback. And on the other hand, you see, ever since the inception of the statehood till current financial year 2016-17, the total fund provided by government of India to the state, now almost 54 years, we stand at 18,000 crore only for the last 54 years. And if we compare with Assam, in Assam, see, that will not be even one project cost, which is owned by government of India. The national project costing 20,000 crore, 15,000 crore. But Nagaland, for the last 54 years, we have received the plant fund. Only it is 18,000 crore. So that is the difference, that why we are lagging behind. And you see, in Nagaland, we don't have a single national project till today, and we don't have a regional institute. So we feel neglected in these parts of the country. And as I said, that the funding pattern has been changed, which was provided has been withdrawn, because Nagaland should not be accounted with our revenue resource, but Nagaland development should be provided from consolidated fund of India, which they have withdrawn in 1989. So these are the setback, and we find difficult to move forward in the field of development.
So now, with your good relations with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, do you think the situation will change? We'll be getting more funds for state project, central projects. Do you think that is?
Yes. Now, with the change of this planning commission into this Niti Aayog, we don't have planned money, but we are grateful to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji that now he is taking keen interest to take up central projects in road connectivity, and this year the national highway, they have declared new highways in five new highway in Nagaland. I think if these are implemented, and then we can see the light of the day.
We'll see better days.
Nagaland face can be changed. And now one 4-lane road, Dimapur to Kohima, is going to take off. Floating of tender, allotment of work has been settled.
So has the fund been released yet?
Not yet, but they have allotted the work, and the contractors, they are about to start the works now.
So in recent times, Nagaland has come up with its own set of rules and regulations for exploration and production of petroleum and natural gas. So what is the progress so far?
You see, Nagaland, we have mineral deposit, coal or petroleum and natural gas and limestone. And all. But you see, under Article 371A, we refuse to accept this Parliament Act to explore and production of this oil and natural gas. That is why in 2010, Nagaland Legislative Assembly have passed a resolution that no act of Parliament shall apply in regard to this land and its resource, that is including oil and natural gas. So we have decided to frame our own rules and regulation, and we have passed the act in 2012 for this exploration of oil and natural gas. But there was little controversy between this government of India and the state. And after we explain our legal position under Article 371A, they have understood our position. And we were about to settle the matter amicably between the government of India and the state. In the meantime, some vested interest people from our own state, they have filed this PIL in Guwahati High Court, Kohima bench, and the court has given the stay order that the permit which we have issued under these rules and regulation of 2012 have been stayed by the court. And in that interim order, they have clearly mentioned that we should not move forward till the final verdict is given by the court. That is how we are stuck there, and we could not move forward.
So when do you think these legalities will get over, the whole Supreme Court order that has been stayed?
We can't say, because the court cannot be changed.
It takes its own time.
Yeah, the court takes its own course, and then we cannot dictate them.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is why the best thing is that we resolve the issue among ourselves.
So in a lot of your interviews, you have been quoted as saying that the youth is the future of the generation. Yuva Pidi, they are the future of they are the future of our country. So, sir,
Yes.
how do you plan on engaging our educated, unemployed youth back in Nagaland? Because obviously you cannot generate enough jobs for all the people that are unemployed right now. So, what are the programs that your government is looking at?
You see, as far as Nagaland is concerned, employment in the government job has already exceeded, and we have no more room to accommodate our youngster in the government job. So we are contemplating to bring out a vision document where we want to incorporate this unemployment problem. Yes, that is why in the first place we want to know the exact figure of unemployed youth. For that, we have entrusted this Economic and Statistic Department, and taking the help of this Eastern Naga Student Federation and Naga Student Federation. So we have entrusted them to ascertain the actual figure of unemployed youth in every village, covering the entire district. So both the student organization now, they are on war footing to complete this process to ascertain the figure of unemployed youth. As and when they submit this report, we will inculcate in the vision document, and we will work out the remedies that how to accommodate our youth in private sector, and through this entrepreneurship, we'll try to find out a way, and we'll place before the government of India that our youth need to be accommodated in different sectors. So we are bringing out a vision document for our youth to be accommodated.
So when will the vision document be ready, fully ready with all the figures?
We have set the deadline that this 30th August. But they want more time, so we may be delayed by another 10-15 days. But we will try to complete bringing out these vision documents within this 15 September of this year. Behind all this, I think now our youth also, they have to change their mindset.
Exactly.
The most important thing is that they should be mentally prepared to work. If they are mentally prepared to work, I believe that there will be no dearth of jobs in our state. So if the youth are prepared to work, I hope that within 4 or 5 years' time, we'll be able to accommodate our youth in different sectors.
And they will not have to go out of the state to find employment.
Yes, exactly. They need not go outside the state, and in their own house, they can do, they can learn, and they can work. And the future generation also will follow suit. Then I think we can have a change, Nagaland.
So we know that you're a very, very busy man, so I will not take any more of your time.
No
But my
problem.
last question to you is, what is your long-term and what is your short-term and long-term plan for the state? Also, you just spoke about the vision document. So can you please tell us in detail what are the important emphasis of the document?
Yeah, we envisage to come out with the vision document. That is, some will be in short term, some should be in the long term. So, for example, in the short term, we need to have better governance system, and we need to have a proper education system, healthcare, and water supply. All this immediately we can take up with the new system. I mean the quality of education and the quality of water supply. All this can be implemented within the short span of time if the department people and the people are willing to take up the matter. And another area of concern is that we need to have self-sufficient in food grains like meat, milk, and egg, etc., which we can produce for self-sufficient. But the people by and large are not worried about this, and they're still about 40% of our food grains, and particularly meat, pork meat. About 40 to 50% still import from outside. Whereas we have the potentiality to produce by ourselves.
Yeah.
So this area we want to create this self-sufficiency within this
Within the state.
within the span of this 4 to 5 years time. And long-term plan, we talk much and we have listened enough about this Look East policy or Act East policy, and then the Vision 2020 for Northeast region was brought out about 10 years back, and Look East policy was also brought out more than 10 years back, and nothing is implemented on ground. That is why, if we talk about Act East policy, we should have connectivity towards this Southeast Asian country through Myanmar. For example, that the 6th corridor, the Southeast Corridor Highway is coming out from Kuala Lumpur to Moreh. So if we have a concrete plan from Assam, Dimapur, Kohima, Imphal, Moreh, if 4 land road or 6 land road can be constructed, then we are connected to the entire Southeast Asian countries. So in the Act East policy or Look East policy, they have worked out the framework or the structure for the entire nation towards this Southeast Asian country. But there is no specific action plan for each state. That is why we have decided to have this vision documents, to have a specific action plan in regard to Nagaland and then towards the Southeast Asian country. So to improve the road connectivity, rail line connectivity, and air connectivity or even in the field of this information technology, so that the entire Northeast will be the corridor of Southeast Asian country towards this mainland India. So that is the reason that we have decided to have vision document with short-term and long-term plan.
So, sir, the short-term plan is good governance and self-sufficiency.
Yes.
Long-term plan is more importance to the policies like Luke's policy.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for speaking with us and enlightening us on the various ways of developing Nagaland. So, this was the Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, Sri T.R.Zeliang, who encourages women empowerment to the fullest, and he says that now the state has finally recognized the importance of women and their role in the society. He also said that our youth should now start thinking differently and stop being lazy and start working harder. We will now take a short break, but don't go away, we'll be right back.